If you like championship wrestling, then you are in the right place today, because we have two huge title matches for you today on Championship Wrestling presented by CarShield. Hey everybody, I'm Gilbert Corsi, welcoming you back to the United World headquarters. Today you will see a match that's been impending for weeks, as Willie Mack is in singles action against the Embassy's Invictus Cash. The last time these two met was in tag team action, with Mack scoring the pin. Hey, speaking of tag matches, in our main event, the United World Tag Team titles are on the line as Midnight Heat defends against Reno Scum. Scum looking to become the first three-time tag team champs in United history. And in our opening contest, it is a first ever meeting. Fresh off his match with Okada across the pond, Bad Dude Tito returns home to challenge the modern Spartan Jordan Cruz for the World Television Championship. And that match of epic proportions starts us off now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United Television Championship.
What a way to kick things off. United World Television title on the line. And here's a guy that's been making waves around the world. Bad Dude Tito has just absolutely erupted on the scene in Japan with New Japan Pro Wrestling, a member of TMDK, and looking to make more history here in the United Wrestling Network. Hello everybody, Todd Kennelly, Jeremy McPeak. We will be your broadcast team as our own James Kincaid continues to recuperate from that attack at the hands of Jack Vance.
TK, so excited to be tagging with you again. Excited to be here at the Irvine Improv. You know, Jerry Seinfeld performed here one time.
Sure did. And here's the champion, the modern Spartan, Jordan Cruz. He's been living up to that moniker. Defeated King Fat Boy Popolesco to claim the title. Got the big guy up for that Titan driver, and is coming off an incredibly impressive title victory over BHK Kevin Martinson, one of the greatest title matches I've seen in the history of this program, quite frankly.
Absolutely, you said he's living up to that moniker. I looked up Spartan in the Webster's Dictionary. It says a person of great courage and self-discipline, and that, by far, is Jordan Cruz, no question.
Former Marine certainly is that in spades, but tough opposition here in Tito.
Introducing first, the challenger from Whittier, California, weighing in at 255 pounds, Bad Dude Tito! And introducing his opponent from Lafayette, Louisiana, weighing in at 219 pounds, he is the United Television Champion, the modern Spartan, Jordan Cruz.
Stage is set, United World Television title on the line, and again the crowd is just not really taken to the champion, and now I think the champion is feeding into that. Now usually he has got ice water running through his veins. You know, he keeps his eye on the prize, putting the title on the line. But certainly the support from the faithful here on the side of Bad Dude Tito.
Yeah, and you know, Todd, I can't blame him. Can't blame Jordan Cruz. I mean, this guy has been a respectable, hardworking, amazing talent for years with us, and the fans are starting to turn on him, and it's getting to him, obviously.
Long-time United Heritage champion as well. Now in his first reign as the United World Television title. And again, the Bad Dude Tito has got so much momentum. I mean, just making waves internationally. Look at that suplex right on the early going, so physical, and really well decorated here in the United Wrestling Network as well. Former Heritage champion in his own right, red carpet rumble winner. He's really done it all, has Tito.
No question. Tito has been in the United Wrestling Network for a long time, really made a name for himself, but is starting to make a name for himself on the international stage as well, as you mentioned. And did you know, Todd, he just got back from Japan. So it'll be interesting to see if that affects him, if he has any jet lag here tonight.
Yeah, and he's had tough battles. I mean, when you're matching up with the likes of Okada,
yeah,
it's going to be tough to be 100%. But certainly Looks good here. Now, just back to the drawing board a little bit. Nice onslaught there by the champion. Got Tito to the outside and now continues the physicality. Does the modern Spartan. He's going to have to live up to that in this matchup. Oh, big flying knee by the champ. Can't take the big guy down.
Move him. Look at this.
Series of short arm clotheslines does not get the job done. As James Kincaid would say, that dog won't hunt. Here's a roll up.
James, we miss you, buddy. Can't wait to see you back here on the United Wrestling Network.
No question about that. Champ goes upstairs, gets caught like a baby, and the challenger might put that baby down for a 3-second nap, but not before that big throw by the challenger. Can he capitalize?
You mentioned Tito faced Okada, one of the greatest wrestlers in the world today. He faced him on back-to-back nights. Amazing. Oh, look at that. That's good.
And I'd love to see it because Tito has been a fixture in the United Wrestling Network, you know, for a decade. And so to see this incredible competitor finally get that much-deserved notoriety on the international scene, a long time coming. And looking to make history here if he can become the world television champion. Snap suplex into the cover. Not enough.
You talk about you talk about history, Todd. The United Wrestling Television Championship has a long history of itself. You know, Scorpio Sky held the title 5 times. Peter Avalon, Rocky Romero, Bateman, Willie Mack, my old broadcast partner in Arizona, Dan Joseph. Some big names have held this belt, and that is a prestigious title that Tito is hoping to capture tonight.
Big gut wrench suplex there by the challenger. Bad Dude Tito in control. This title match continues next.
The 16-time world champion, Nature Boy here, representing Car Shield. Woo! Sometimes Slick Rick has to take his own ride, so I called Car Shield because I can't worry about expensive car repairs. Like a new engine, woo! Or a transmission, woo! Expensive car repairs have met their match. Woo! Car Shield and Ric Flair do it better than anybody else. Woo!
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back, everyone. The television title on the line, but the champion has got a target on his back and all over his body, quite frankly, because Bad Dude Tito has been on the hunt.
Absolutely. Tito describes himself as an ass kicker in the ring and in life. And Todd, people love ass kickers.
Yep, no doubt about it. I mean, extremely well-rounded, great grappling, striking, powerhouse. He can even high fly when he has to. And right now, you know, Cruz had a great heritage title reign. He's off to a great start in his television title reign. But this might be a riddle that he has no answer for. Out of the way of that kick, though, double stomp by the champion. And that might open the door of opportunity for Jordan Cruz to climb back into the driver's seat of this matchup.
What a match. I'm loving this. We could watch this all night long. You could tell the fans are just sitting on the edge of their seat. They don't know what to think. What a great challenge here for Jordan Cruz.
No question about it. I mean, 2 title matches on this episode. The United World Tag Team titles up for grabs later on. So we got a championship sandwich for you here this week. Big strikes here.
Todd.
Yeah. And now, you know, the champion getting physical. That Dory lariat. I think Tito's out. Wow, has just enough. Last split second to kick out that champion.
That hurt. That was a big shot right to the back of the head. You can tell that Tito is dazed right now. You got to wonder again if that jet lag is kicking in a little bit.
Bad
That's
dude.
a long trip from Japan.
Bad dude's going to have a bad headache after that. What a shot. And continues to attack that external occipital protuberance area, that brainstem, back of the head. Yeah, well, you can ask Gorilla Monsoon. Like, great. Learned it from him.
Speaking of Gorilla Monsoon, the electricity, here's something you can cut it with a knife.
Yep, and it's a golden opportunity for Bad Dude Tito. That deadlift German suplex. History to be made. New champ. No, sir, not yet.
Of course, we saw Tito's former tag partner with the Wolves Zaddies just last week here in the United Wrestling Network. The two of them both going out on singles runs and both making a name for themselves in that area as well.
Che Cabrera, so impressive, no doubt about it. Sizing him up here is Tito, looking for that lariat. Crucifix the other way, hustles it over, does the champ. Great showing here by the champion, Jordan Cruz. Sticking to fundamentals to get the big man down that time.
Cruz has a lot of strength, but I don't know if he's got as much strength as Tito. So I think fundamentals could be the answer for him here in this one. What do you think a win would mean for Jordan Cruz over Tito in this match?
Oh, it would be huge, and if that doesn't get the respect of the fan base, I don't know what will, quite frankly. Look out here, Bad Dude Driver, and he's gonna be one back champ, but no, I don't know. It might have been momentum there that got Cruz out of there, Jeremy.
Cruz has a lot of heart. He has the momentum, but he's got a lot of heart too. He's not going to quit. He's going to give everything he's got in this one.
Some throwback offense there by the challenger. He's put a lot of people away with that Bad Dude Driver. Has Tito, and you got to be wondering what's he thinking here. I think the crowd might not respect Cruz, but I think certainly he's got to be earning the respect of the challenger. He could take a lot of punishment.
Tito is a wrestling historian, big fan of Terry Gordy when he was growing up, and Bruiser Brody. You can see he's kind of trying to take some of those big power moves from those two guys and incorporate it into his own game.
I think both would be proud of what this guy can accomplish in the ring. Certainly emulates that style very well. Look at the athleticism, though.
Got him.
By the champ. Can Cruz get him up? Whoa. He does. Big time superplex. And again, a gutsy performance by the champion, but will it be enough? That was a sacrifice play as the champ is hurting as well.
Sure is. He can't get over there to cover him. He's losing valuable time. You got to get that cover right away after a big move like that. The crowd at the Irvine Improv is fired up.
Always a great atmosphere. The home of the United Wrestling Network's Championship Wrestling. Presented by Car Shield, Quick Quack Car Wash, all our great sponsors. And now look at this, champion, challenger, trading like Wall Street.
Forearm shiver after forearm shiver. And they're getting to their feet.
Oh, they're picking up the pace. This turned it into a slugfest.
They are running on adrenaline. That's all they've got right now.
Challenger getting the better of them. Spinning discus forearm cannon job there by the challenger.
This could be it right here.
Rolling elbow strike. Now going back to the power. Oh, the Hurricane Rana hooks the legs.
What a win for Cruz.
Here is your winner and still United Television Champion, Jordan Cruz.
Like it or not, and many of the fans here in the Irvine Improv do not, but the champion with an incredible, resourceful, gutsy title defense and defeated one of the hottest stars in professional wrestling today in Bad Dude Tito.
What a match.
These two were nose to nose. They went toe to toe. What a match. More to come on Championship Wrestling.
At Car Shield, we're always looking for the brightest talent.
Thank you for calling Car Shield. How may I help you?
This styling, profiling, limousine ride, wheeling, dealing son of a gun is here to tell you that Car Shield administrators make sure you don't have to pay for expensive auto repairs. Woo!
We want our employees to be themselves.
Woo!
We encourage teamwork
And woo! Where's my yogurt? Woo! How'd that taste?
But at the end of the day, it's all about the customer.
CarShield's doing it better than anybody else alive. They're the money-saving, roadside assisting, tow truck getting, rental car providing, son of a guns protecting you from expensive car breakdowns. And one more thing, CarShield cars go farther. Woo!
Call 800-952-1286.
He's never had a problem with it in the past. Oh, Johnny, thank you for meeting us today. You know that we have been fighting champions for as long as we've been here. 2-time United Wrestling Network champions. But with this torn bicep, I'm going to be out on the shelf for a little bit. Not that we're not going to face the Reno Scum, but you got to give me a couple months to heal up, and then we'll put these on the line.
Well, first off, Ricky, the entire committee wishes you to have a full and speedy recovery.
Thank you.
And the Midnight Heat, sure, fighting champions. You're
Yes.
throwbacks.
Yes.
Everyone knows that. Heat Street USA, one of the best songs, especially on his playlist. But the match is already signed. So the committee has decided this match can continue. The main event tonight, Reno Scum, will challenge for those United World Tag Team titles because the Midnight Heat has 3 members. So competing will be Precious Eddie P. and Guy Tweekassetti. Throwbacks. Freebird rules. Good luck, fellas.
My cheers! Thank you! Yes! Yeah! Oh, sorry! Yeah!
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, from the Electric City, weighing in at 210 pounds, BHK Kevin Martinson.
Well, we saw a hellacious title defense by Jordan Cruz getting by Bad Dude Tito. Here's another competitor that gave Cruz all he could handle and then some. Talking about BHK Kevin Martinson, one of the real day one guys here in the United Wrestling Network.
Absolutely. Kevin Martinson's been here since the beginning, had an impressive career, won a lot of titles, and gave Jordan Cruz a hell of a fight just a couple weeks ago.
And introducing his opponent from Tyler, Texas, weighing in at 318 pounds, the Grizzled Outlaw, Big Haas.
Seeing a lot of physicality on display this week. We saw Bad Dude Tito come within an eyelash of winning the television title. And here's another just rough and tough, no-nonsense type customer that can bring the pain.
No question. The Grizzly Outlaw, Big Haas, is going to bring some power to this one. It's going to be interesting to see how Martinson handles this.
Martinson making sure that that bull rope safely out of reach. And BHK, what an athlete. I mean, what more can be said in his history?
Got a couple big wins over Fidel Bravo and Atticus Coker just recently. Also had a tough loss, but a hell of a fight with Peter Avalon. It's a great competitor. I can't wait to see this match.
Great match in the past as well with Shane Haste, but former tag team champion. Perhaps his alter ego, Herman, was a television champion, a title reign that BHK does not claim.
Yeah, I've got a lot of questions about BHK, Todd. I'm anxious to talk to you about this because I got a chance to sit down with him backstage today, and I've heard a little bit of his story, but got a chance to talk to him. I don't understand it, to be honest. He said that for a while he was kidnapped, and there was a clone of him in the ring for 4 years. Then he became a space cop with his partner to make money to get back to the current time continuum. And I don't know what he was talking about. Can you help me out here?
I think we should stop right there. We're going to get all kinds of tied up. And right now, tied up indeed is Big Haas as BHK working on the arm. Maybe a sound strategy, take a body part of the big guy, try and take away some of those weapons, but some big bombs being thrown by the big man.
Big Bear just playing with his dinner, throwing those big paws.
Seen Big Haas in there with the, some heavy hitters, the likes of Jack Banning, qualifying match for an opportunity back in the day. One step ahead right now is BHK as Big Haas was swinging at Ghost, tying the big guy up, laces the leg, nicely done. That was just such a beautiful maneuver by BHK to get the big guy on the mat.
He is a really interesting wrestler, Todd. He's got all kinds of different grappling skills, but also a lot of creative combat in here. He's doing all these different things that you just don't see in a normal match. And he's going to need those, I think, against this big bear.
Yeah, and, we talked about guys like Tito getting their just due on the international scene. I'd like to think that BHK maybe is the next in line for something like that. When you read the comments, the views of this program, so many times fans are saying this guy is one of the best competitors I've ever seen, but he might have just got knocked in the next week by Big Haas, all that body weight down, and able to just slip the shoulder out of there was BHK.
Wow. Big Haas, he's a big fan of Bradshaw. And but he reminds me a lot of Stan the Lariat Hansen. I used to watch as a kid in the AWA. He reminds me a lot of him.
No question, and he utilizes that lariat to perfection as well. Does the big guy? Again, just throwing those big hurting bombs.
Big heavy hands.
Yes.
Oh,
heavy hands.
Back.
Heavy head. making BHK pay the price. And Jeremy, I think this is wise by Big Haas, is really minimize that distance. Make this fight happen in the phone booth, because then you're not going to get BHK flying all around the ring like he's going to do.
He doesn't need BHK diving off the ropes or through the ropes. Just keep him in the corner, slug it out, bring that power. And as you can see, it's working right now. BHK is struggling.
Knees went weak there at BHK after that big right hand, but he can give and receive just as well. Take some big shots as well. Now, the big guy had something in mind, but again, there you see it. He put some deposits in the pain bank earlier, and now they're paying dividends.
Yeah, he's working on that arm, trying to get it out of the shoulder joint.
Oh, man. How do you combat the power, though, of Big Haas? What a sidewalk slam by the big guy. And the Saurian 2, that spaceship of the Space Cop, just crashed and burned in a big way. But out of harm's way there was BHK, and I think maybe the knees taking some damage there of Big Haas.
Yeah, no question. Space Cop. How do we know that this isn't still the clone?
I hope it isn't, because I don't know. The vermin clone was pretty ruthless.
Clone's not going to admit that it's a clone,
That's
right?
a great point. Will you please stop?
I'm sorry, okay. BHK outside the ring.
Yeah, you can see the big guy hobbling around a little bit there, Jeremy.
Yeah.
He's having some trouble. BHK might want to lure him to the outside, and that shot's not going to help the big guy's balance, that's for sure.
Working on that leg again.
Yeah. Using his surroundings as a weapon is Kevin Martinson. Such an expert at that.
Going up top.
So much in his arsenal. Martinson perched. Big time drop kick of the missile variety, and takes the big guy down.
Wow, he was so high, he almost hit the rafters at the ceiling of the Irvine Improv here.
Almost hit those lights, that's for sure. Bright lights in Irvine Improv. Look at this, got him up. Got him up. What's he gonna do with him? Oh, out the back door. Boy, and that's gonna do some damage, you gotta believe, to the back of BHK, and this isn't gonna help. Big suplex by the big guy.
Big pump handle slam. He's setting himself up right now for that lariat.
And this will be a huge victory for Big Haas if he can take down one of the most decorated and respected competitors in the history of this program. Measuring him, stalking him.
Oh.
Out the back door was Martinson, tying up that leg again. He's got, I think, a heel hook in there, or a knee bar, maybe attacking both.
Tied up like a pretzel.
He has some choice. Wow.
Here is your winner, Kevin Martinson.
Martinson showing just how versatile he is. Let's take a look back at the action, brought to you by Collar and Elbow, a wrestling brand. And Martinson was a wrestler's wrestler here. He knew he wasn't going to win. No, he wasn't going to win the power game. Was able to tie the big guy up and force a submission.
Impressive win for BHK, who continues to shine here in the United Wrestling Network.
More coming your way, including our second title matchup of the episode. We'll be back right after this.
Jack Farmer here, being joined now by Unbreakable Savannah Stone and the Pink Dream Alex Gracia. Now, you two have been on quite the tear here in the United Wrestling Network over the past few weeks. However, you have had some complications with some fellow members of the roster.
Zeta Zhang and Milo have been nothing but bullies to me since I came to United Wrestling Network. But I'm used to it. She knows why, but do you know why?
Me? No.
Porque soy el sueño rosa. Porque soy tus reina rosa.
I don't know what the hell she said, but there's a lot of kids running around here, and they need to grow up.
Cut the Mingo shtick. It's getting kind of played out. How about y'all two get in the ring with me? This time, I brought backup.
Y'all need to have a seat. And Savannah, I ain't the one.
Okay, ladies, if I may just separate this really quick. Obviously, a conflict needs to be resolved. The fans want to see it, so you're making the committee's job very easy. Next week in tag team action, Alex Gracia, Savannah Stone, you're going to take on Zeta Zhang and Milo. Thank you.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being come to the ring by Talos and Prince Nana from Tehran, weighing in at 220 pounds, Iran's greatest export, Invictus Cash.
Iran's greatest export, Invictus Cash, might be getting set for singles competition, but he didn't come alone.
He never does. You got Prince Nana there and big man Talos. I gotta wonder, where's the Golden Boy? Where is the United Wrestling World Champion right now, Jordan Clearwater?
Not signing his contract to face Danny Limelight, that's for certain.
And introducing his opponent from South Central Los Angeles, weighing in at 285 pounds, Chocolate Thunder, Willie Mack.
Chocolate Thunder, Willie Mack, has really been on the front lines of the war with the embassy.
He sure has. He's been fighting them week in, week out. Had a big match with Jordan Clearwater for that United Wrestling Network Championship at Primetime Live. But of course, the embassy interfered, and Willie did not walk away with the title.
If it hadn't been for the likes of Talos, Invictus Cash, we might be looking at the United World Champion in Willie Mack instead of the Golden Boy. Willie Mack coming off a great tag team matchup with the embassy in which he teamed with Raymond Jazikoff, pick up the victory over the embassy. It certainly, I'm sure, didn't sit well with one Prince Nana.
No, it did not. I'll tell you what, the fans here love Willie Mack. He's probably, if you made a list of the all-time favorites in the United Wrestling Network, he's got to be near the top.
And another competitor, you know, we talked about Bad Dude Tito and Kevin Martinson. This is another guy that's so much history. Great feud over the United World Television title with Scorpio Sky. Won the second ever Red Carpet Rumble. Former Heritage Champion as well. And I really think was robbed of becoming the United Wrestling Network World Champion.
No question. I mentioned that Red Carpet Rumble win in 2014. That was a Rumble that included Jake the Snake Roberts, X-Pac, and Matt Striking. That was a loaded lineup.
Certainly was. And in singles competition at that Rumble, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. What an event that was.
I can't wait to see who's in this year's Red Carpet Rumble, which is going to be held in Arizona, my hometown, home state. Can't wait to bring Championship Wrestling back to Arizona. That's going to be fun. I'll be surprised to see Willie Mack in that one again.
Action's going to be hot there in Arizona. Don't know who's going to walk through that curtain. 30 competitors vying for a shot at the United World title. That coming up on a big block Red Carpet Rumble. Power on display here. Neither man given an inch.
Do you understand that, Todd?
I don't speak Farsi, unfortunately. Love to translate. Swing and a miss there. Oh, but Willie didn't miss, did he? My goodness.
This is a whole week of power. We've had some big men, some big, strong strikes here in these first three matches this week, Todd.
Willie Mack almost gave Cash a one-way trip right back to Tehran, Iran. And Willie is smart here. Not going to the outside, right? Not where you want to be when you got Talos looming out there, Prince Nana, he's so cagey. But, you know, it also, what an advantage, because it nullified any momentum that Willie had going there. That timeout for Cash on the outside.
You're Willie. I don't think he's going to go to that side of the ring, but you're right. Invictus got a little time out there, got a chance to recuperate. Now he's taking advantage of it, driving Willie's head right there into the turnbuckle. Big kick to the gut.
Taking advantage now, Invictus Cash. What a great start he had here on the United Wrestling Network. Was undefeated for quite some time until he ran into Raymond Jazikoff. And certainly got to believe that those issues are not completely settled. And another big shot in Cash. It looked like he just got shot out of a cannon.
Cash doesn't know where he's at right now.
Nice reversal though. Look out here. Beautiful arm drag by the big guy. What an incredible athlete Willie Mack is. Just defies all logic the way this guy can move. One step ahead there. It's Cash.
So quick, jump. Willie's such an athlete for his size. It's pretty impressive.
You take out that shoulder, you might take out the power needed for the Chocolate Thunder bomb, the Chocolate Thunder driver. Flying arm bar. Here's the sales strategy by Invictus Cash. He loves that Fujiwara, really softening up the arm. Cash in control into the full mount. This match continues right after this.
Profiling, limousine ride, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun is here to tell you that Car Shield administrators make sure you don't have to pay for expensive auto repairs. Woo!
We want our employees to be themselves.
Woo!
We encourage teamwork.
And woo! Where's my yogurt? Woo! How'd that taste?
But at the end of the day, it's all about the customer.
Car Shield's doing it better than anybody else alive. They're the money-saving, roadside assistant, tow truck getting, rental car providing, son of a guns protecting you from expensive car breakdowns. And one more thing, Car Shield cars go farther. Woo!
Call 800-952.
Welcome back, everyone. Championship Wrestling, Willie Mack taking on Invictus Cash of the Embassy. You can see the anguish all over the body of Willie Mack because Jeremy Cash has absolutely decimated that arm and shoulder.
We were talking about it before the break. He likes to work on that arm. He's got the Fujiwara arm bar. He's just trying to set up for, obviously. But Cash, he's a power wrestler, but he likes to work on specific body parts.
Willie didn't have the power there to pull him over after that sunset flip. And it all started as now Cash goes for the cover. What a win this would be for the Embassy and Invictus Cash and a measure of revenge after that tag team encounter. Ever since Willie Mack hit so hard and heavy into that post, it's been a very different match.
Yeah, Willie's hurt right now. You can see it all over his face. As you said, he's moving slower. He's struggling, but now Cash is working on the other arm. Again, he's got that power, but he's a strategic grappler. He likes to break down the body and pinpoint different parts of the body to work on and focus on, to stretch, to pull apart. He's doing it right now to both of Willie's arms.
Willie Mack's such a hard hitter, but that might not be the case if he doesn't have the use of either arm moving forward in this matchup.
It'd be hard to hit, it'd be hard to throw, it'd be hard to pick up Cash.
And it's got to just feel like bolts of lightning, pain, radiating through the body right now of Willie Mack.
His shoulders, his elbows, you can see he's struggling.
And again, up in that shoulder region, when you get close to the neck, there's just so many nerve endings. It's just a real painful part of the body to be attacked. Willie trying to dig down deep with fans here. Soundly behind. Willie Mack, can he kick it into Mack mode here at the Irvine Improv?
Got the Willie chant going. I thought Willie was getting some momentum there, feeding off the fans, but Invictus Cash gets him down again. Right back to that arm, right back to that shoulder.
Willie's at his best when he can get that big body moving. Yeah. When he can get that offense rolling. That's not where he finds himself right now.
Like a big bowling ball, knocking over pins. But again, right now that bowling ball's in the gutter.
Willie Mack, trying to fight back to his feet, maybe trying to get to the safety of the ropes. And the crowd again urging this big man on. And you can never question the heart of Willie Mack. Oh, wow, what a shot by the big guy. Spin heel kick, beautifully done. Wow. Where did he find that from? Does he have the power? He does. Norman Smiley would be proud of that one. Willie Mack
moving right now on adrenaline and emotion. You could tell he's still holding that arm.
Yeah,
the crowd is feeding him.
That arm is going to go nuts. DDT, yes! Jinx Yomiko. In stereo there, and what a DDT. Short flight, bad landing for Invictus Cash. He's going to go bankrupt here. No, not yet.
Referee Scarlett Donovan's got her hands full with this one. But what an intense match we've got here today, and Prince Nana's just pacing back and forth. Talos and Nana talking over there in the corner. You got to wonder what that's about.
Well, you know, because they want to preserve the chances of the champion. Jordan Clearwater, as Cash goes to the eyes. Oldest trick in the book, but one of the most effective. Cash with the knee lift. Now an absolute fireworks show here, and going right back to the arm. You know, if Cash can get by Willie Mack, Willie Mack is gonna be hard pressed to earn another title shot anytime soon.
Yeah, this is an important one for Willie for sure. Rolling him up.
Reversal into the cover. Nicely done by Willie Mack, but not enough.
But again, we mentioned the red carpet rumble. Whoever wins that gets a title shot. So if Willie enters that one again, that could be another opportunity to get him back into that match with Jordan Clearwater, get that rematch.
A Samoan drop, you know what that usually brings? Can he do it? No, the punishment taking a toll on Willie Mack, and the showmanship there might have cost him more pressure being put on the arm. On the shoulder, standing moonsault. Gets it done, has enough, here's the cover. Oh, Talos, he stopped the count. He stopped the count, that would have been it.
Grab the ref's arm.
That's a big dude that casts a bigger shadow. Oh no, a roll up by Cash. Not this way, he stacks up Willie Mack. And the referee caught it. Saw that he had a handful of tights.
Handful of tights, that's right.
Great officiating.
Scarlett Donovan, one of the top officials here in the United Wrestling Network. Impressive that she caught that.
Sit out, spine buster by Willie Mack. Goes right back to the high impact offense. Boy, Invictus Cash came really close to stealing one there.
Yeah, he sure did.
Moments ago.
Prince Nana is beside himself. Hey, look at that. I was just about to say he wants to jump in the ring, and there he goes. Oh, no. Come on.
The big guy got those big mitts.
No!
Willie Mack now into the post. Into the post. Sandwiches Willie Mack into the post.
Flashed him into the ring post. Willie looks like he's unconscious. Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Not this way. Yeah, Willie Mack's completely out here. He can't defend this.
Can't.
Fujiwara, but that's not what did the real
Here
damage.
is your winner, Invictus Cash.
Willie couldn't tap if he wanted to right there. He is out cold.
Grand larceny here in the Irvine Improv. A huge assist by Talos. We'll be back. Give me a break.
The 16-time world champion, Nature Boy here, representing Car Shield. Woo! Sometimes Slick Rick has to take his own ride, so I called Car Shield because I can't worry about expensive car repairs. Like a new engine, woo! Or a transmission, woo! Expensive car repairs have met their match, woo! Car Shield and Ric Flair do it better than anybody else, woo!
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United World Tag Team Championship.
Main event time on Championship Wrestling. And the former champs, the Reno Scum, looking to make history yet again. The title match will take place. Earlier on, Rockin' Ricky G sidelined with an injury, but Johnny LaFoster representing the committee saying, good thing there's three of you. Talking about the Midnight Heat, and Guy Tweakazetti is going to have to step into action.
Yeah, and I don't think Rockin' Ricky was too happy with that news, but Guy seemed to be thrilled. He seemed to be super excited about the opportunity, so it'll be interesting to see how he does stepping into Ricky's shoes.
Tweakazetti certainly fired up as always. But again, you got to wonder how this is going to affect the chemistry of the champion. I mean, we're not likely to see the backstabbing, the power ballad, those double team maneuvers that have been perfected by Precious Eddie P and Rockin' Ricky G. And I think all that might be fragmented when you have Tweakazetti stepping in there. But Tweakazetti in the past has proven himself from time to time, including at one point in the red carpet rumble.
Absolutely, last year's red carpet rumble lasted to one of the final spots, almost the entire rumble. And look at him, he looks pretty darn happy with himself. But Rockin' Ricky looks upset, Precious looks concerned, I guess would be the best way to describe that look. Can't say I blame him, this is gonna be an interesting one for sure.
Tag team titles will be on the line. Here to set the stage, Odd Knock Creation.
Introducing first, the challengers from Reno, Nevada, at a combined weight of 430 pounds, Luster the Legend and Adam Thornstowe, the Reno Scum! Introducing their opponents, being come to the ring by Rockin' Ricky Gibson and representing the Midnight Heat at a combined weight of 359 pounds. They are the defending United World Tag Team Champions, Guy Tweakazetti and Precious Eddie Pearl.
That's right, man! There you go, stage is set, main event, our second title match of the episode. Had that great World Television title match to kick things off. Now going to cap it off. United World Tag Team titles on the line. Often mention it that it was the Reno Scum that really made those World Tag Team titles. Defending them in China, all over the place. And here we go.
Todd, they are the longest reigning United Wrestling Tag Team Champions ever with 399 days. They've held the titles twice, combined 525 days. And if they win here today, they'll become the first ever three-time United Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
There you have it. So probably no surprise here, and a little encouragement, I guess you could say, from Rockin' Ricky on the outside. No surprise that Precious Eddie P is going to be the one to start things off for this team of he and Tweakazetti. The tag team titles on the line. For the Reno Scum, representing them to kick things off, Adam Thornstowe, what a great competitor he is.
No question. Adam also was big shoulder block there. He was making fun of Eddie Pearl's new haircut backstage, and I don't know, but I kind of think it's Precious.
There you have it. You know, recently, the Reno Scum, the challengers here. Oh, looking for that super scum punch and blatant disrespect. That's not going to go over well.
There's a lot of weight on Tweak's shoulders here. It's his fault that this match is even happening. He interfered in that non-title match just a few weeks ago, sprayed the water bottle, and ended up getting the Midnight Heat disqualified. And that's the reason Reno Scum got this title match tonight.
Right, well, Reno Scum there proved that they could defeat, you know, the team in full strength, taking a trip to Pity City. Oh, the seas are rough for the party me, Captain. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
At Car Shield, we're always looking for the brightest talent.
Thank you for calling Car Shield. How may I help you?
This styling, profiling, limousine ride, wheeling, dealing son of a gun is here to tell you that Car Shield administrators make sure you don't have to pay for expensive auto repairs. Woo!
We want our employees to be themselves.
Woo!
We encourage teamwork.
And woo! Where's my yogurt? Woo! How'd that taste?
But at the end of the day, it's all about the customer.
Car Shield's doing it better than anybody else alive. They're the money-saving, roadside assistant, tow truck getting, rental car providing, son of a guns protecting you from expensive car breakdowns. And one more thing, Car Shield cars go farther. Woo!
Call 800-952-1286.
Welcome back. Our main event continues. The United World Tag Team titles on the line, and throughout the break, the challengers in full control. You know, and not often are the challengers the heavy betting favorites in a championship matchup. But with this switch up in the roster, with rocking Ricky out and Tweakazzetti in, we got to figure that the challengers are the heavy favorites here.
Absolutely. And these guys are veterans. They've been around the world. They've wrestled in Impact Wrestling. They've wrestled in Ring of Honor. And, of course, have a long history here in the United Wrestling Network. They might have been the favorites even if Midnight Heat was at full strength. But absolutely they are tonight.
And you're seeing the quick tags by the Reno Scum, showing great tag team continuity and something we might not see out of Midnight Heat, or at least this incarnation of a big shot upstairs by Thornstone. Look out though, very pesky is Tweakazzetti.
That's one word for it.
And look out here, now holding the leg again of Thornstone, and Thornstone in a precarious position here. And the rug taken out from under him by Precious Eddie P. Here we go, Upset City. Not yet. But man, Tweakazzetti proving his foot there. Now, normally we see those kind of antics on the outside.
On the outside of the ring, that's right.
But an active participant in this matchup. And the title's on the line. I think, you know, the committee and Johnny LaFlasta made the right call here. I think with the injury, Midnight Heat fully expected to get the night off, to get the day off.
Yeah, they sure did, no question.
Not happening.
Tweak going up to the top rope. Look at that. Missile drop kick by Tweak. Wow, that was impressive. Got to give him credit for that.
Trading up the opera speedboat there. Missile drop kick delivered.
Following right back up with elbows to the back, driving, choking. Thornstone there on the bottom rope.
Thornstone's been isolated here for quite some time now. Look out here, some double teaming. There you see it. Swing and a miss. They just don't have the chemistry that Eddie and Ricky have. Here's the cover, however, because he did catch him with the side Russian leg sweep.
Eddie Pearl shot to Gaia. Quite a look there. I don't know how to describe that, but you can tell he was not happy about that.
Tweakazzetti was just slightly off target there. Just a bit outside. But Precious Eddie P continues the onslaught, and they have isolated Thornstone, who starts to battle back.
Trade blows back and forth. Yeah, this is a physical match, physical week. Every match we've had here today.
You know, Thornstone's gone for that scum punch a couple times, hasn't hit Pater. Hits there though with the step up Enziguri. And this might be the window of opportunity that Thornstone needs to tag in Lester the Legend.
Crowd behind him, Lester making the big reach. Inches away, Ricky Gibson calling out, coaching, giving directions.
Trying to cut off the tag.
There it is.
Tag is made, so to no avail. And Tweakazzetti excited to get in there, but that his demeanor might change in a hurry.
Not as excited as Lester is. Look at the smile on his face.
More double teaming here, though, by the champions. As that is the same with Tweakazzetti in there. Look out here. All over the back now. Holding on, and Lester doesn't stop. his course of action. He continues to just dish out the pain.
Runaway train, here it is. Oh! Eddie Pearl getting that leg up. Put a stop to that momentum.
Nice counter. But, I mean, Luster just will not be denied. This guy only knows one speed, and that is full speed ahead, full tilt.
Just flipped him, drove him head first into the mat. He's got him up on the shoulders.
Rockin' Ricky up there. And now the gut shot there by Precious Eddie P. I mean, a judgment called by the official here. A lot of moving parts in this one. Big boot by Luster. Something's got to give here.
Oh.
Wow! 2 for the price of 1 there. Takes them both down. Does the big guy.
Fans giving the oi, oi, oi chant. Here comes Adam Thornstone again. Tags in. Rips Luster into the corner. The big shoulder block.
Oh, there we go. That Montello spike. Montello Street spike. This might be the beginning of the end. This will be the second scum stomp that Tricazetti has felt in a couple weeks here. Look out. Oh, my goodness. Scum stomp. Dead center of the ring. Dead to rights. History is made.
Here are your winners and new United World Tag Team Champions, the Reno Scum!
Party atmosphere here. Reno Scum, as you mentioned, becoming the first ever 3-time United Wrestling Network World Tag Team Champs. Let's take a look back at the action brought to you by Quick Black Car Wash. That's fitting because when Reno Scum are around, they clean house.
What a match. What a win by the Reno Scum. The most heralded tag team in the history of the United Wrestling Network, and they just blew the roof off the Irvine Improv.
What a nasty scum stomp there to make history and claim the titles. And they might have just cemented themselves as the greatest tag team in the history of the United Wrestling Network. We'll see you next time on the all-new Championship Wrestling.